All right,
Yeah.
we are live, baby.
Welcome to Subjectively Correct episode something. And
26.
yeah, sure.
I don't
And
remember. I
we're gonna
just,
talk
just wrote it
about
down.
we're talking about Night of the Seven Kingdoms because it's still good. All right,
It's
it's still
still
good.
it's not even
And
plateauing. It's continuing to ramp up and get
it
better.
gets it gets better. That's what the title said. Well, okay, in fairness, it did slightly technically get worse between season 2 or episode 2 and 3, only because episode 2 is better than 3. So technically
Yeah,
in
but
that
it's
sense.
it's like it's like awesome versus a little more awesome. It's not like, yo, that episode sucked. It was just like episode 3 was super awesome and episode 2 was like pretty cool.
Yeah, it was
Not
all
even pretty
right.
cool. It was just good.
Yeah, and then you had this episode, which was even better
Oh,
than the
dude.
other ones.
I think there's like, as long as they don't mess anything up, there's a good chance that episode 5 will be the best, or at least it'll probably be the media I've enjoyed the most in the last like 5 years.
Yeah, I don't. I'd have to even do that. That
I
requires
I
too much
I would
thinking
have to
as to
think
what's
it
even
through
been
more
good.
than the surface level, but like off the top of my head, that would it's probably going to be the most excited I am for. I'm dude. I I was so angry when I finished the episode because it was incredible. I was like, I have to wait 9 days
Well, here's the deal, though.
to
We
watch
might
the next
be
episode.
we might be tweaking because I know at least half of us lack the pure cinematic vision.
Not
To, to
to
appreciate the
understand how good
genius
Wonder
of
Man
Wonder
is.
Man is.
Because okay, here's the thing, right? A Night of the Seven Kingdoms this, a Night of the Seven Kingdoms that. Who cares? Wonder Man came out.
I hope. Okay, just so there's two comments on the video. Look, I wasn't expecting to get positive comments because whenever you review something, that's why I'm actually looking forward to Night Seven Kingdoms because I get to review something positively.
Dude, yeah, I haven't been
Um,
positive about a show in ages.
Now here's the deal though. Based off my experience in the last year, most of the Marvel shills they're kind of gone now. Like they were
They're
around strong
tired,
for a
bro.
while.
They're
The
tired.
Gun Bros, the Gun Bros are still going strong,
I think
but the
a lot of
Marvel
the
shows.
Marvel shills are also Gun Bros.
Yeah, so
A lot
so
of them
I
are the same
wasn't
people.
now I wasn't expecting positive because no one's talking about the show. So I'm like, this is the only video out there,
Yeah.
and this is the most like begging for someone to go, you're a media literate show of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you want, I would not recommend. I mean, if you
Come
watch
on.
the first 2 minutes of my video, you'll get an opinion on whether you think, oh, that sounds like it's for me. It's for not for me. It's not a superhero show.
No.
But this comment, like this summarizes this is the kind of person who would like this show's amazing. If you type the words, you lack the cinematic vision to see what this show was. The show is about a superhero remake being filmed. It's pretty simple.
And the main
There's
actor
no
is
genius. There is
not a
some
superhero,
parody.
a superly abled person, I'll say, who
A super powered person.
isn't heroic.
Like there don't get no there's some parody. I think that's probably what this guy here, Mr. Cinematic Vision, is going at here. Of like,
Yeah.
you didn't pick there. This was all parody, and there was technically some parody in it. And the problem is, and I guess it kind of is up for interpretation whether this means it was really good parody of like half the stuff in there. I can't tell if it's parody or if they genuinely believe it because it lines up with how most like that line I included from freaking Trevor Slattery about how acting is the most important job you can possibly have and the most consequential thing anyone could do. I'm sitting there like, that's gotta be parody, right? But the problem is it came right after a moment where someone else was doing something that was parody, and that was like the serious moment. So I'm like, is it?
Do they think that? Like it,
Yeah.
and just the tone of it, it was like, I think
there's also a lot of long pauses that I had to edit out of the scene. Like, because it goes on a minute. But here's what I will say. Again, I always like to credit Marvel for this. I can literally just include full episodes of the show, and it doesn't get any copyright strikes or anything. So I love Disney for letting me just trash their garbage, and not get, except for Daredevil for whatever reason that got copyright claimed on there's a section cut out of a few episodes ago that got claimed. But I think that's because we kind of just played it straight through without talking. But I don't know.
Yeah.
And yeah, but dude, that scene of Trevor Slattery was is certainly a choice of like I'm
It was
like is that,
something.
dude, that's got to be parody, right? But like I don't understand. There is nothing complex about the show. It's the most safe, simple, basic show ever,
Yeah. It's
and it's not even
probably
good.
like
And okay, and this is it's similar to Gun Bros, where I'm like, or like even like the Ironheart people, where I was like, you know what? I'm not a big fan of race swaps, but I think this guy is hood is he could be decent for as much as I don't think the show's gonna be good. And people come in and they're like, this guy hates all black actors in this show. I'm like, what? You
what?
know, we're like with this, it's like you can tell me I lack the cinematic vision. There is it's a superhero studio making a show about a guy who's selfish and doesn't help people with his superpowers.
Who's the good guy?
I'm not going for I don't need a deep cinematic experience. I want a heroic story. Cuz Marvel hasn't done that in a while, you know? So,
And
yeah.
maybe a simple, just a guy who's just a good guy story would be, super well liked. Like, I don't know, a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, because everybody likes it because it's a good guy who has no thoughts about being bad at all. And the only times he's like somebody says like, "Hey, bro, you should like, think about yourself a little bit. Don't do that." He's like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" No.
Also, like
A likable
the other
character.
the other problem with it being a parody show is it's like it means everything that's stupid and doesn't make any sense in the show. Everyone's going, "Oh, it's a parody."
It's party,
When
dude.
that's just not what a parody is. Like the whole point I make about how it's like there's no world in which people are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, the terrorist who kidnapped the president also wanted to slightly inconvenience a movie studio for a couple $1,000." Like
Yeah.
that'd be like Osama bin Laden doing 9/11 and then the next day he like killed a dog and was like, "This is the same."
Oh, I killed that dog. It was me. It was
Yeah.
me, Barry.
Like Wonder Man, it's better than Peacemaker. It's better than Ironheart.
So's like
There's a reason. There's a
a
reason the video's
poo.
titled Wonder Man. It's whatever, not Wonder Man cancerous writing like Peacemaker, which I compared to a cancer that grows in your body. Yeah, and the other comment on there right now is just a guy saying like, "Did you just call Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four bad?" I did reply that one. I said simply yes.
Yep. Because they were
Which
bad.
in Fantastic Four, I wouldn't say. And also, I didn't actually call them bad. I said that they were flops, which is objectively true, regardless of whether the
Yeah,
movie
that's
was the
just
most amazing
like a
thing of all time. I
this
called
number minus
Ironheart and
this number kind of situation.
I called Ironheart and Daredevil bad. I
Yeah.
called them pieces of writing terrorism.
Which is honestly going light on them.
Yeah, that's probably not fair to terrorists.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Compared
at
to
least terrorists,
Ironheart.
like, have a cause and a reason, even
Actually,
if it's bad.
Yeah,
There was
I
no
don't-
reason to do that to Daredevil.
Yeah,
And there was no reason for Ironheart to ever be made.
yeah, and it's like it'd be one thing if like there was a single episode where there were moments that I was like, all right, I don't dislike that if this was a different show. The problem is the main character is just not likable. Like Simon Williams is just not a likable character in the show. He's just he's unstable as heck. Like I make a joke about him blowing up a grocery store because of Doritos, but based off all the evidence of the character they gave me, he 1000% would have done that.
Yeah. Dude, and although, so I didn't watch it because, frankly, I'd rather chew gravel. But what you said about, like, he had an argument with his brother and then, like, destroyed the kitchen island. If he's had a brother his whole life,
Yes.
like, bro,
And they clearly don't like each other the whole
my
time.
brother, my brother and I have a good relationship. We piss each other off more than any other people on the planet. If it was that easy to make someone destroy, like, bro, my brother,
Okay, do you want to
or vice versa, like, the amount I piss my brother off, if he had that kind of superpowers with that little control, our whole family would be dead. We wouldn't have, we'd be homeless probably, like, lives ruined.
So that argument happened because his brother wants Simon to quit acting and come work at an insurance company instead. And Simon bought his mom an expensive gift for her birthday. So his brother was like, "That's you don't even make money." And then Simon goes, "Ah!" And he breaks the island.
All right, we gotta talk about Night of the Seven Kingdoms. That's the worst thing. Oh my god, that's
But
horrible.
like, in fairness, that was the only one where I was like, even remotely like, okay, I can almost see how he would blow something. Or I guess when Trevor betrayed him, but even then, I was kind of like, I understand why he would freak out, but he also it didn't make a lot of sense. It just made it seem like an idiot. That was the only other one where I was like, okay, I can kind of see something here. The one where he just watches a video of him and his girlfriend and then he blows up his apartment is hilarious to me. Especially because it's like Damage Control. The whole show is like, we need proof, and it's like, why don't they just have a single person? Like, if there was just one person outside his house, he just blows up his apartment.
Is it like his current girlfriend or an ex-girlfriend, and he's like
So
sad?
it was a girlfriend who broke up with him in the first 3 minutes of the show, and then doesn't come back until like one scene later, in the rest of the thing. So like recently broken up, but he still blows up his apartment.
Super sad about it.
He blows up his apartment. And then there's where he almost blows up a restaurant because he gets excited. I'm like, so this dude somehow has managed to keep this a secret his whole life. Like, and he was bullied in school. Like, what?
Yeah, like a child's able to control their emotions better than an adult.
Also, there is not a single kid out there who would have superpowers who would watch a superhero movie and go, I want to be an actor. And if there is a kid out there who's like that, you're a bad person.
And okay, I could see, I don't know, if you see like an insanely good performance and you're like, wow.
If you watch a superhero movie.
Wait, no. Let me explain. If you watch an insanely good performance and you're already maybe interested in acting and you're like, I want to be able to bring a character to life like that, maybe. But if you go watch Spider-Man and you're like, man, I want to be an actor. I want to make pharmaceutical commercials. Like, come on.
Yeah, it'd be one thing. It's one thing if it's like, if any kid, like, you could get a kid who would see a superhero movie and then want to be an actor. But I think they first go down the stuff, I want to be a superhero, and then they don't have superpowers, so they're gonna be an actor instead.
Yeah.
He has superpowers. He has a lot of superpowers that are pretty overpowered. And this isn't just any world. This is a world where superheroes have saved the world countless times. This isn't the real world.
Okay, he gets a job, right? Basically, he becomes employed, and he gets so excited he almost blows up a restaurant. You're telling me
he gets the potential of maybe having a job. He got a call back.
Okay,
and he was stressing. He was stressing because he was like, "Oh, I got to go over my lines."
So he could he might get a job. He's so excited he almost blows up a restaurant. Did he never get like a cool Lego set or something as a kid?
I guess he just instantly knew how to control his powers. He burnt down his house
and then like forgot.
He burnt his kitchen.
Okay, so he knew how to control his powers, but then he stopped controlling his powers.
I don't know. He burned his kitchen or something. They really did a terrible job.
In a story where most of it is about him having to hide his powers.
Dude, like 40 people watch this show. It doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't matter. This is stupid. Literally the premise of the show, without watching it, you can just go, that literally doesn't make sense.
Someone thought Josh Gad needed to be in it. Which, like, why?
I mean, it's better than James Corden.
Like, getting shot in the head is slightly better than getting shot in the neck.
Yeah.
You're dead anyway. It's just a matter of how much seconds you have before you die. Like, it's still Josh Gad. And bro, the acting in that freaking episode is so bad. The scene where he's like terrified of the door is so funny to me. Where is it? I gotta find it, dude. It's so funny. Oh, there it is. Hold on, dude. This is just too good. It's just too good. And by too good, I mean too terrible. Just watch it. Terror. Dude, also the fact that they're like, if you have superpowers, you can't act. Convicted terrorist, welcome in.
Welcome
You're-
back, buddy.
You're in.
Hey,
Yeah,
pal.
dude. Also, just
Good to see
certainly
ya.
a choice to remind people of Iron Man 3. That's a decision. One of the
Yeah.
decisions of all time. for
I'm
sure.
the Mandarin.
That is one big pile of shit.
There's one big pile of shit. And-
Getting a lot of mileage out of that clip.
Yeah, I'll probably be spamming that one in the avatar.
Also, just the stupidity to have them be like, you can't upload footage from a GoPro without a computer. And I
Like-
was just like, I was sitting there like, I don't think that's true.
It's like, do none of you have a GoPro? Like, none of the people on this
I don't have a GoPro, and I'm pretty
multi-million
sure
dollar
that's not true.
production
And
have
I look
ever,
it
like,
up.
had a phone before or a GoPro.
And I look it up, and sure enough, it's not true. And I'm like, why did they feel the need to include that? Like, why didn't they just like that was just such a random? It just shows they don't know how to freaking write a show, dude. I didn't. The only reason, because I was gonna go episode by episode. The only reason I didn't is because I didn't want to make a 2.5 hour video about Wonder Man. So, yeah, this is why with Daredevil Born Again season 2, I'm gonna make one review per episode that releases, because I'm not letting them get away with this crap, dude. This is insane.
That's fair.
Because I just decided, I was like, all right, I'll just briefly characters, get into some problems with the plot that doesn't make any sense, and that'll be good enough. And I mean, it's not shocking to me. It's enough. It's never enough with people. That's you dislike what I like, therefore you're wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care
And so,
if
like,
you like the show,
why don't you
dude.
like
I just, it's just the writing's just not very consistent. The character's not very likable. The parody is sometimes funny, sometimes it's not. Most of the time it's not. And it's not really that there. It's, whereas if you're like, man, Peacemaker season 2 is the greatest thing I've ever seen, I'll just be like, what?
No?
Like, I still won't even be like, I hate you. I'll be like, what?
It's not even the
Maybe
best show with those characters.
It's not even the best Peacemaker season.
Yeah, like that's like if you tell me the best season of Daredevil is season 2, I'd be like, you could argue for 1 or 3, but you can't argue 2.
I know you didn't directly compare it, but let's not put Daredevil season 2 and Peacemaker in the same sentence.
No, I'm just saying, like,
I'm
not a
aware,
debatable thing.
I'm aware you're not comparing.
like
them. I'm
like
just
like you and
saying-
I could have a debate, like Daredevil season 1 versus season 3, which is better. I love both, and they're both really good, and they both do really good character work. And the best part about it is the character work isn't the same. It's not Peacemaker where it goes, oh, remember how everyone was at the start of season 1? We're doing that again. It's like, oh, Matt's different now.
We're doing that again. We're doing that again, but also not.
But we're doing that again, but we aren't, and it's worse this time.
Now watch all these people have sex with my wife.
Now, now watch Darth Vader kiss my wife again.
By the way, hates Batman Begins. So James Gunn, an old
Yeah,
tweet has.
I
people
mean,
have found old tweets,
you
and
can
not
be
those
like-
old, not those old tweets.
Not oh,
not those old James Gunn tweets.
not
other
the
old James
pedophile
Gunn
tweets that are,
Who-
they were kind of funny jokes, but you probably shouldn't say that if you're a
Well,
movie director.
He also made way too many of them.
Yeah,
know,
it's like, oh, haha, right,
You can
James.
you can tell one pedophile joke, and I'll be like, "That's a little weird." But
Like,
you know
it's
what?
kind of weird, but
That's
you know, it was
funny."
kind of humorous though. I see the creativity, and then you're like, you said.
And then he just keeps spamming.
pumping
You're
them
just
out,
you're just like, hold on, whoa.
have you been going to like a tropical location hangout? What's
Nah,
going
he
on?
didn't get invited to Epstein's Island. Bro. We
Nah,
all know he was not tight with the
Yeah.
Big E.
He had no bangers at the time.
Yeah, he was not tight. Well, in fairness, we were going off bangers. There was only like a 2-year window where he was even big enough that he could have got caught the invite. So
That's true. It's like literally the week after Guardians 2 released, he could have gotten some.
and it's also just worse than Guardians. The Guardians one, it just is.
Well, I mean, yes, but it's like it's very well liked, and it was like Guardians 1 was good.
Oh, we got a chatter. Hold
And
on.
then
Wait,
people
I'm
are
not
like,
used to
what?
this. You're not
Wait,
used to
whoa,
this.
whoa, what?
Hold on, we got this.
What do we do?
Peacemaker-
What do we do?
Yeah, Peacemaker season 1 was fun, vulgar, campy romp. Season 2, by contrast, really exposed the worst impulse of James Gunn's writer. 100% agree, because I think you got two camps: the people who absolutely despise both seasons of Peacemaker. Don't blame those people. I can see what there is to despise about the first season. Whoa! I just said first season of Peacemaker. First season
There
of
you-
Peacemaker. Personally, I liked it. liked it a little bit strong. I enjoyed it. There was
It's
good
fun.
moments.
It's fun.
There's good moments, and it's far better pace, and there's some good vulgar humor in it. Would I have made it to start off a DC universe? Absolutely not.
No.
But and then I got to season 2, and I just like you can. I mean, even the start of my video, the first like 30 seconds, where it's just us losing our mind week by week about how awful it is.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good that's a pretty good I didn't even know what word I'm trying to think of here. It's a pretty good show of just how much I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Because I honestly got kind of disappointed because I was like, you know what? Wait, this is because I thought Superman was bad. Don't get me wrong, but I was kind of like, there's still I feel like there's when I rewatched the Suicide Squad, I was kind of like, all right, you know what? It's not the worst. It's not great, but it's not the worst. And I'm like, I still love Guardians 1. It's still absolutely amazing. Guardians 2 still pretty good. Guardians 3, all right, it's not bad.
There were cool parts.
Holiday Special, love it. It's amazing. There's still more good James Gunn writing and bad James Gunn writing. And I thought season 1's all right. So if season 2 could be fun, I still don't have a lot of faith in this whole DCU thing, but it might work out. And then it didn't work out. Now he might direct The Brave and the Bold, and if he touches Batman, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
So who would be the cute pet for that?
Probably Batmite.
They could pull out Man Bat. Just
Nah,
be like disgusting.
It'd be Batmite. Well, I mean, it'd be Robin. It's gonna be about found family.
Well, yeah. Well, they'll
here's
have
the
the
deal,
whole
though.
family.
So technically, I think Andy Muschietti is still technically listed as the director, and Christina Hodson is the writer. That's not gonna work. And it's funny because James Gunn saw all the people saying like, "This is a terrible idea," and he was like, "You've never actually read one of her scripts." And then he was like, most of the interference came from the studio, and I'm like, so why'd you hire the guy who directed the movie who supposedly ruined her last script to direct this movie? And then you start wondering, maybe he wasn't lying when he said The Flash is his favorite superhero movie of all time.
Yeah, and you also can't be like, dude, this is my favorite superhero movie of all time. And then when people get mad that you hired the people that worked on it, you can't go, oh, well, this guy is the reason it's bad. But you're like, it's your favorite thing.
but the
you
thing
can't
is,
have
everyone
both.
Everyone just assumed he was just lying about that. But it's kind of like,
it's like
God, this guy, he might have been telling the truth.
Based on how bad his writing has gotten, it's like,
no, it hasn't gotten bad. It was always pretty bad. He just,
well, he was on a leash. Like he wasn't in control.
He probably had a lot of help on Guardians 1.
Well, okay, yeah, he probably had a lot of help. He also was given the template for the whole thing, and he got told no.
Yes. And also by now his general term, you basically have to credit directors. It'll be Ace the Bat Hound as the cute pet. Let's see. Ace the Bat Hound. I don't actually know that.
I'm unfamiliar.
I am unfamiliar. You just dropped some lore for us.
We've got
here.
a certified ball knower in the chat.
We have a bat knower out here. Ace the Bat Hound. Let's see. Oh yes. This will be. Oh wait, no, he was in. Yeah. I've seen him before. I never knew his name, but this will 1,000. That's a great snipe. This will 1,000% be the cute pet here. Let me show the little image here. This will 1,000% be. We'll have this.
Yep. And you know what we're gonna hear from James Gunn? I wasn't able to crack Batman until I found out about Ace the Bat Hound.
Yeah, so I mean,
and then it'll be like, and then I could really connect with Batman.
I think we can basically predict the movie here. So it'll be Robin and Batman. They're not going to be getting along, and they don't got their family. Batman, he's starting to go down a dark path. He's feeling morally gray now until he discovers the true meaning of found family, and then he and Robin will team up, and Ace will help them take down the big boss, and none of it will make sense. It'll be moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and it'll look like dog piss.
It'll be moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour, but also nothing will happen.
Or alternatively, it's just gonna adapt Lego Batman 3, and it'll be a fun space adventure.
Honestly, if he just made Lego Batman, that'd be way better. There's a very realistic chance that the Lego Batman movie will be better than James Gunn's Batman.
As a Batman movie.
As a
not even just like pure Batman movie.
Not even just like I like it more, which is almost 100%. it's
'Cause
gonna
I
be
mean, in
like a
fairness,
better Batman.
I like the Lego Batman movie
No, I
more
really
than
like
most
it.
more than most Batman movies.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's
Like
just not a
it's
good it's not a good Batman movie.
no,
It's a fun movie.
yeah, it's just fun. It's
Yeah.
kind of has a James Gunny story with the way, like, is
Whoa,
generally
let's
how
not
it works.
disrespect Lego Batman like
It's
that.
no, I'm saying he might like plagiarize the
That is
plot and
true.
story of Lego Batman.
There's random music videos in it all the time.
There's
Except
random
those
music
songs don't have enough
videos.
swear words in them.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not freaking raunchy enough for
It's
James
not talking
Gunn.
about effing your heart
There's
in
no
the
F
ass.
in my heart in the ass.
It might be that might be the worst sequence of
There were 4
television
music
put
videos
to screen.
in the finale. There were 4 music videos in the finale.
In the short finale that didn't resolve any of the conflicts in the entire show.
He was talking about it gonna be like the freaking it's like he was like everyone's showing up, dude. We're getting the Justice League in this one, and then,
F my heart in the ass.
who was even the cameo? What there was one cameo, but it was something stupid. I don't even remember what it was. It wasn't Lex Luthor's like
Was it Guy Gardner and
no, they were in it. In the finale? No, they were in the first episode.
yeah,
I can't even remember, dude.
I don't know. I wiped it from my brain.
I did, but not enough.
I think to avoid suicide, I had to wipe it from my brain.
Suicide Squad. Oh,
Oh,
gun. Certified gun, bro.
Yep, you
Got a
got
gun, bro, out here.
you got
All right,
me.
let's talk about Night of Seven Kingdoms.
Thank God. Holy shit.
We've been ranting on James Gunn.
Oh
enough.
yes, Bobcat Driver 6930. If you haven't watched The Night of the Seven Kingdoms, brother, go watch it.
I'm assuming he has.
It would
Maybe he
appear.
has.
I'm just saying, it would appear as if he has a functioning
Seems-
human brain. You'd like the show.
Based off his Peacemaker season 2 take, I'm pretty confident.
Pretty confident this guy has a brain inside of his head, and he would like the show. So if you haven't watched it, go watch.
I even think people without it. What we got? I love the band Foxy's name as much as the next guy, but come on, that finale was rough. I was gobsmacked on my face. I will say,
Yeah.
that Peacemaker season 2 intro song, I was not big on it at first. It's a good song. Bro.
It did go.
It's a good.
Julie.
Oh Lord,
I
Oh
like-
Lord's a good song, bro. I like the blast. I
like the
I do
song.
that with all that music, like punk rocker. It's like songs I'll just blast and just pretend the movie and show was.
Yeah,
Yes,
listening to
dude.
punk rocker and pretending Superman was a good movie. I've
Yeah,
done
you
it
just pretend,
a lot
you
of
just
times.
Pretend that scene where he was watching the
Had
videos of his
any
family.
build up that
had any setup
works.
that made sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that didn't involve Jor-El telling him to rape Earth.
Bob. Speaking of rape, stop raping, sir. Let's talk about another.
Stop raping, sir. Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
He should be in the next Superman movie.
He
And
should.
Supergirl and Jor-El's raping someone. Sir Duncan shows up. Stop raping, sir.
Stop raping them, bad sir.
All right, Night of the Seven Kingdoms, episode 4. What's the title of this one? 7.
7. Yes.
Which came out on Friday. I didn't watch it till Sunday because I was grinding on that freaking Wonder Man video. That wasn't worth it. Most likely not. But I had to get a video out before the Night of the Seven Kingdoms review, so
Fair.
got it done.
All right. So episode 4 starts with Dunk sitting in his jail cell by himself. It's raining outside, and then he sees a rat coming through the bars leading to the outside. He pets it a little bit. It kind of again shows like Dunk cares about everybody, no matter how little they are, even if it's a rat. And he can kind of sympathize with where the rat's at too. And then Egg comes in.
Egg has that shit on.
Egg has that shit on. Egg
Everyone
is
is just
Egg is
dripped
dripped
out of their mind in this show, dude. It's insane.
Dude, literally every outfit, every set of armor, even Dunk's armor, which is like, Dunk is super poor. This is all he can afford. It's like, bro, your armor is so badass. It's so cool.
Everyone constantly has the absolute drip on, and dude, that was my first thought when I was watching when Egg walked in, looking all like this, bro. I was like, "Holy, he's got that shit."
I was like, bro, you were literally wearing like commoner rags a few hours ago.
Bro revealed himself and then immediately said, "What are you wearing?
Said,
Let's
hold
get
on,
that shit
hold
back
on. I gotta go change real quick.
He said, Egg, you cannot be walking around looking like that. You gotta look tough as hell.
Egg, you look broke, bro. We can't have that. You're slandering the Targaryen name. So Unk tells the guards to leave the food and go, basically.
You just called Egg Unk.
No, I said egg.
You said unk.
I swear I said egg. It might have
Hold
sounded
on,
like
I gotta pull up the VOD. I'm in a review. You can keep talking.
live
I
re-
swear,
live
I
reviews.
swear, dude. You said unk.
Hold on, play it. Screen share. Screen share. I don't
Okay,
believe it.
let me.
I don't believe it.
You, you,
Streamception. I didn't.
you
I
just
said
unk.
egg.
No, I think you mixed dunk and egg in your brain, and you just called him unk.
Oh shit! I probably did.
That's hilarious. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this to go full screen right now. That is hilarious. I was like, "Do you mean dunk?" But I was like, "Wait, no." Egg tells him to go to leave the food. Dude, YouTube makes it such a pain trying to get to your own channel. I'm not gonna lie. Now I gotta get to the VOD part where you actually said it. Hold on. You can keep talking for a second.
Hold on, my stupid phone.
I heard unk. Yeah, Bobcat driver doubling down here. You called it unk.
No. Oh no. All right. Well, anyway, Egg tells the guards to leave the food and get out, and Dunk starts slamming it. Egg says his uncle said that he must beg forgiveness, and Dunk is like, "Oh, your uncle, the hand of the king, the heir of the
Yeah,
Iron
he's
Throne."
just like yeah, you mean literally the second most powerful guy in Westeros?
Your uncle, the person ever, told you to do that. Here, hold on. I gotta fix my camera's messed up. This is being a real pain in the butt.
All right, here we go. By the way, here we go. Hold on. Like I found the clip here. Let me. Oh, that was so fun, dude. It caught me so off guard. I'm glad it was. Glad I have the stream here as proof. All right, ready for this? Did you hear that?
I'm not getting the audio.
You're not getting audio? Oh my gosh, bro. Is it even working? Dude. It's just too quiet. Okay. Well, you said unk. All
right.
If it's not working, it's not working.
I don't believe you, but Bobcat Driver said it, so
you can look.
I believe him. I believe him. So Baylor made Egg go apologize. Egg tells Dunk that he never meant to lie. Dunk says like, "Well, but you did," and then asks him why he did it. If he was like trying to make a fool of the lowly hedge knight.
Yeah. Make a fool of the stupid hedge knight, and Egg is just like clearly not. He's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that's great. I think it's great to get early, even more indication. You know a little bit about Baylor's character, but just the fact that he was saying like enough of like. Does Egg specify what he told him to come apologize for, or is it kind of just open ended? He said.
He said my uncle told me to come apologize.
Yeah, because that can mean any number of things. I mean, in a few minutes, Baylor does tell Dunk like Egg should have came and gotten me. So it could be he's apologizing for having Dunk even get involved in this, apologizing for him like lying to him. That's kind of open ended, but I thought that's interesting.
I didn't even really think about that, but the way I thought about it was just I know Egg isn't sorry about getting Dunk, and I know Dunk isn't sorry about Egg getting him. So like the only current bad blood between them, so to speak, is that Egg lied about who he was.
Yes, I mean that. I think that's probably.
I do agree that's probably part of what Baylor but from Baylor's perspective.
It's another perspective of maybe that could be another maybe even Egg. Egg is probably directly apologizing that he lied, but it could be another aspect of Baylor's telling him to apologize because Dunk shouldn't be in this scenario. Yeah, he is, which obviously we'll get even more payoff to that later. Yes, and that setup and payoffs. Oh, you don't need those in plot though.
No, you don't need those because if you don't need a plot. That's part of it.
All right. Let's not talk about Peacemaker.
Egg says that he didn't want to squire for his brother, that he's a shit knight, and that he made Egg. Basically, he didn't want to go to the tournament, so he took Egg, shaved his head, and they were just gonna sit and hide out until the tournament was over, basically.
Which, I will say that completely caught me off guard. I knew it was kind of disappointing because I knew the whole Egg twist, so I was kind of like that didn't catch me off guard. I think you would have picked up on it pretty soon. Was completely blindsided by it's Damon, right? Is Damon the name of the
Daron,
bro? Darren, yeah, Darren.
Darren.
I'm gonna call him Darren.
Darren.
He, dude, I knew that drunk guy in the end was gonna come back. Something never would have gone. That guy's also a Targaryen.
Yeah.
So that I was like, whoa, because I made that
That's
connection there.
When I listened to the book and watched the episode, I was just like, oh, it's just like a random. They're just giving a little interaction, showing like people, even though he is a knight, at least, or like maybe he's a knight, even though he is a knight, like people don't really respect him because he's a lowly hedge knight. I thought that's what it was to establish. That's just like, oh, he's just.
Well, it mentions he has that dream, which that's a whole Targaryen thing, right? They dream, it's vision.
Not all of them, but some of them, yeah.
Yes. Anyway, but like, that completely caught me off guard. There's a couple things in this episode where I was like kind of shocked by that, like actually did catch me off guard, which is pretty rare. I feel like a lot of stuff gets telegraphed way too easily, but I didn't see I knew the egg thing was coming. But that one, I was like, "Whoa, wait, that's awesome!" That was the other Targaryen, which I end up being. I quite like Darren. I'm not gonna lie, I like Darren after this.
Darren is also like, he seems very simple at face value, but he's actually like he is a very complex character. Like we'll get to that later, but like he actually. It seems like, oh, he's just a drunk, but he is actually like a much deeper character.
Yeah, so we only have about an hour, and there's like 3 hours.
Yeah, we'll hustle.
We gotta go.
Basically, he didn't want to squire for his brother. Egg says he didn't think he was doing anything wrong, and Dunk's like, well, of course you did, otherwise you wouldn't have lied.
Let's see, they definitely made it a bit more obvious in the show that Darren was a Targaryen at the end, but in the book, it's not at all clear. I haven't read the book yet. I did maybe impulse buy both the graphic novel for this one, for Hedge Knight, and for the second one. So I will read it once it's all done. I really like Darren, much more likable than his book counterpart. Dude, there were a lot of different characters who I was like big fan of. One who I was big fan of, and then I was like, this guy sucks. Like I always knew he sucked. That was of course Stefan, but we'll get to him and we'll get to him in a minute. All right, so let's keep going.
So they talk a little bit more.
Dunk says, "Why'd you lie about being a stable boy?" And Egg's like, "I didn't." Which
he starts
to say he didn't, but Egg definitely
he says, "I didn't," but then Dunk cuts him off, and all he gets out is like, "I didn't," and you don't really know if he's gonna say like, "Oh, I didn't mean to like hurt you," or "I didn't actually say I was a stable boy."
Knowing Egg
is very clever, and he never actually said he was a stable boy.
And he's also been a smart ass. So knowing Egg, he probably was going to be like,
I
never
actually I never said I was a stable boy.
And he's not an idiot, so he realizes it's not a good time. And dude, Dexter, this kid is a better actor than any of the Stranger Things characters. He's such a good actor. He's so impressive how good he is. Just
the depth of emotion that he portrays in this scene, it's like
to find
insane.
the line. Like there's a line in acting or an emotion of like not crying, but having on the verge of tears almost. And it's like
we're like actively holding back tears barely, and the fact that a child can do that like literally flawlessly is
using Stranger Things as an example. When they're crying, they're like full on bawling every time. And it's like there's no in between. Whereas like Egg, dude, his nonverbal acting is incredible, especially for a kid. And it helps that he looks a lot like the Targaryen. It was really there's like a perfect the casting director. Give that person
give him an award.
Give them a nice little bonus.
Give them a really good.
They did an incredible job. All right, let's go. Let's keep going.
They talk a little more, and then Egg says that Baelor's waiting for Dunk whenever he's finished with his food. And Dunk's like, well, I already kicked the prince in the face today, so I don't need to keep another one waiting.
At first, I thought I was like, he's talking about Egg, like he's like, but then I was like, oh wait, no, he's always talking about Baelor, but yeah, dude, I thought, I mean, this is just a great scene in and of itself.
It was really good.
And this episode, I just wanted to be a squire, like that's what he said.
Yeah, he says he really just wanted to be a squire, and Dunk says you would have squire or. He says something like, you would have been a squire to a donkey if it needed one.
And he's mad, and then he realizes he's like, it connects with him again. He's a kid. Like, he just really wanted it. He didn't realize how big of an impact. Like, Egg didn't have any idea the understanding of how big a deal it was going to be that he lied to this guy and didn't mention he was, technically, I know very far away, but technically he is in line to the throne, obviously. spoiler.
Oh,
We all know he gets her, but yeah, it's very just dude. 3 minutes in, more substance in these 3 minutes than all of Wonder Man.
yeah, yeah.
just like it feels like this is like episode 32, dude. The amount of content that has been in just 4 episodes. I can't believe it's only been 4 episodes.
The
And this is
character development is like it's
at this point, it's
clean
only
too.
been 3 episodes. Because that's when I remember about when episode 3 started. I was like, let's go, Dunk and Egg back at it. And I was like, they've really only been together for 20 minutes in last week's episode. And I'm already
Yeah.
like, what are they up to now? Type thing. It's like very incredibly well done. All right. Dunk goes to see Baylor.
He kneels. Baylor tells him to rise. And then he tells Egg to pour Sir Dunk in a cup and not to spill it on him. And then Dunk, like, very abashed, he's just like, he won't spill. He's a good squire. He's a good boy.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He meant no harm.
It's also like, being humble because he knows this might be his only chance at not getting executed.
Yeah,
because he knows Baylor is the
soul of chivalry.
Yes. I don't remember exactly what line he used, but
Baylor says that Aegon should have come to him, and going to you is no kindness. They talk a little bit more about that, and then Egg says he wishes Sir Duncan had killed him.
It's not a great idea to tell your uncle, probably.
Well,
I understand. I mean, I know. It's pretty clear Baylor is also not a big Aryan fan. Like, just in that scene where he kills the horse. Like,
yeah,
it's worth noting, and this is going to come back later. Of like, this was a like show of strength, competence, and like goodness. I guess is kind of way of like Baylor's entire goal has been to try to restore some honor to the Targaryen house, and like.
Yeah.
If they can't get the respect with power, he wants the respect for, their actions essentially. And that's why he's one of the few he's the only true good person in their family seemingly.
Pretty much.
And it's just like, that's why he's not a big fan of Aryan. Aryan, on the other hand, wants to reestablish that he wants to make a big show, remind everyone exactly who's boss. That's why that whole Trial of 7 thing happens.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, just again, here is like, I get that, but it's kind of like, maybe don't go. I wish you would have killed him.
Yeah, it shows Egg's character, though, is he's like, he's going to say whatever's on his mind to anybody. It doesn't matter who it is. And that's...
Which is almost a privilege in a sense of like, he's in the royal family, so he can do that. Whereas, Tansel pretend killed a dragon based on a famous tale, and Aryan was like, cool, you die now.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill you. Or I'm gonna snap your hand. Baylor says we must love our brothers. The Septons tell us we have to do that. Then he tells Egg to leave and asks Dunk, how good a knight are you? This is a great line. They adapt this really well from the book. Dunk says, Sir Arlen taught me sword and shield, how to tilt. And then Baylor tells him that Maekar has returned. He found Darren, and Darren told Maekar that a big robber knight made off with Egg. And Dunk is like, that literally isn't possible because I left that inn 4 days ago and he didn't chase me and he's just been getting drunk in the inn for the last 4 days. It's literally just not possible. But he's like,
Prince Darren did not pursue his brother's captor. That's what he said.
Yeah. But he says like by the
time Aryan's done twisting the tail, it'll be high treason.
Yeah.
So and Dunk obviously it's a hedge knight's word against two guys in line to the throne,
prince,
and Maekar, who's like he just wants this to be over with. He's not gonna make a big fuss over a hedge knight. Like we already saw that when he asked Baylor to vouch for him, Maekar was like, "What are you doing?" And so he is not going to make a big deal out of this.
Yeah, and you'll see later, Maekar becomes more likable throughout this episode. You can tell that he's pissed off at Aryan, and he doesn't like what he's.
I wouldn't describe him as likable. I liked the moment where he's
okay. I wouldn't say more like, but he becomes more of a character. It doesn't just seem like, oh, he's the bad guy. You see, like he doesn't like what his son is doing, but he's going to, like, he's gonna back him because he's his dad and he has to. But he doesn't like what he's doing. Yeah, but basically puppeteers, they were innocent but foolish. They didn't mean any harm by it, but having a puppet show where a dragon gets killed with a bunch of Targaryens in town is probably not the best move.
And in the book, they are like actual puppets.
Yeah, they're
small
like they're like
It's
little
not like a
tiny
massive
puppets.
production like they have now. So
No.
breaking their fingers would be like far more. Like, I mean, it's still
Yeah.
pretty bad, but it's kind of
There's
like
a thing where the actress for Tansel was talking about coming onto set and stuff. And she was like, I was expecting like little puppets, and then they had all the
Yeah.
big stuff.
yeah. All right, but yeah, and then
He says-
Baylor's basically
You struck the blood of the dragon. Dunk asks if he would not have done the same, and Baylor's like, well, maybe I would have, but I'm a prince. I'm the hand of the king. I'm the heir to the Iron Throne, and you're a hedge knight. It's not the same thing.
yeah.
And he's also his uncle, so he's like his elder and all of that other stuff. Dunk asks him, don't all knights take the same oath? And then Baylor says he will have, or he wants your head. He will not have it, but he will have a trial.
And basically, like, the common punishment is the hand that strikes him gets cut off, and then he
Yeah.
also mentions he
Yeah,
kicked
it's
him,
like,
so he's
you-
probably gonna lose the leg too.
He's like, you kicked him
foot,
too,
at
didn't
least.
you? And Dunk's like, yeah, yeah. And then he asks him, how good a knight are you truly?
You get a little title card.
Get the title card, and then we see Dunk is before Maekar, Prince
Arian
Arian
crushes a nut with his
crushing nuts,
with his knife,
eating
little
obnoxiously.
little foreshadowing to what he tried to do to Egg when he was younger.
True.
I don't think that was
I-
intentional.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's funny.
I
though.
didn't until just now when I saw it. Yeah, just looking like a complete prick, as just great acting by not acting out of the actor here.
Yeah.
Just by great job looking like a prick, dude.
Yeah. Also just the way he ate the nut, I was like,
Oh my gosh!
I was like, did he just watch the Denethor scene? Like the way he was smacking.
It's a little different. This is more of a smug one, whereas
Yeah, this
Denethor
is
was
smug.
just-
Denethor is just filthy and disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. And Maekar is annoyed at how he's eating the nut, almost like
Yeah, my exact notes say obnoxiously eats nuts.
I'm watching the scene right now, and he goes like this. It's like it is the most freaking egregious.
Prissy little.
Yeah, it is the most egregious thing ever, dude.
And then
Just an absolute diva.
And then Dunk is you can tell Dunk has no idea what he's supposed to do because he just kind of says trial by combat. He just kind of says it out loud. He's not like, I demand trial by combat like Tyrion did in Game of Thrones. He just kind of
Yeah.
he's like, the trial by combat, I think. That is my right.
Lord Ashford just looks at him like he's just there, which
Yeah.
they really make sure to make a joke of. And Baylor gives him like an approving nod of like
Mm.
Baylor is clearly the belief Arian is not gonna go for this. Which, in fairness, Dunk did just beat the shit out of Arian.
He did.
a day ago, So
Yes, but and then Arian refuses, and then Maekar's like, "Yeah, you can't do
and
that."
must have been funny for actually. Could you eat those nuts with more sass? I don't know, dude. The actor for Arian, I think he's got all the sass he needs, dude. There's the little 6-minute behind the scenes things that they released, and they're all so good. But
Mm-hmm.
it would be funny if they were just like, I need more diva energy out of you here. But, dude,
I'm
yeah,
not
he
getting enough.
Nailed it.
You seem evil, but I don't know. It's missing something.
Look, you got evil down. We need asshole.
We
A little
need
bit
prick.
different.
Think prick eats apple because he's a prick. Think about that. Channel that into eating these nuts.
Then he nailed it.
And then he just locked in.
Yeah, and Makar's just, you cannot refuse. Just, he is not. He's in a similar vein of his brother. So they just came. This was supposed to be very under the radar, almost a way of them
Mhm.
It's almost a charity thing. It's Lord Ashford's daughter's birthday, and it was them showing up to make the tournament just that much more interesting. And
Yeah.
now it's turned into a whole thing where Arian's he already killed a horse. He had to give up the horse he was riding
Mm-hmm.
to Humphreys. I can't remember his exact house name, but
I can't remember.
gave up his
I
horse to
forget
him
that every
because he
time.
killed that guy's horse. So that was the first thing, caused a whole riot, and now he's burning down a puppet stand, breaking fingers, causing entertainment to leave. That's another thing. Not exactly helping the whole Targaryen image. He is clearly annoyed in a way of a father being annoyed at a son being an asshole. And at the same time making him look bad in front of his brother who he's jealous of because he's the perfect son,
Yeah.
and like
Baelor's perfect, and Maekar
Baelor's son is so relevant. He hasn't been in the show since episode 2 of like just keeping his head down, not doing anything.
yeah,
House
he's
Harding. Thank you.
yes. And the cool part about what happens later in the episode is there's a little more intrigue in the books as well, but it does talk about it in the show. Is Baelor's son is like he's the favorite of the tournament. You see him briefly in his armor a little bit, and it's super badass. So at the end of this episode, you see the armor, and you're like, "Oh shit, we're gonna get to see him fight."
I was like 90% sure it was gonna be Baelor, and then I saw the armor. I was like, "That's his son's armor, though."
Yeah,
And then it was Baelor, and I was like,
yeah.
"Oh
And
hell yeah!"
in the books, it's even cooler because it's like it's Dunk's perspective, and he's literally just like saying the sun is riding out because he knows what the armor looks like, and then the helmet reveal is even crazier. But it's so good. It's so good. But we'll get to that.
Anyone who has been accused of a crime can demand a trial by combat unless Arian wants to withdraw his claim, and he gives him like a little unless, which is like again obviously showing this is his plan. He's like, well, technically anyone can claim trial by combat unless
he demands a trial by 7. This is literally the only issue I have with this episode is that Maekar
has no idea what he's like, what the fuck is a trial by 7?
And then literally like a little bit later, Lionel Baratheon already knows what a trial by 7 is.
Well, it was funny. And okay, so I found this out that the last trial by 7 was 100 years ago, and 13 of the 14 people involved died.
Yeah.
He would absolutely know, especially if Arian knows. He would know.
It was important for the Targaryens as well, the last one. So it's like
and I think you can have this scene because it is a funny scene because it's like
funny.
Honestly, it's the audience. It's an input for the audience because that's exactly what the audience is thinking.
Yeah.
I would have like almost like it. Obviously, he's probably too intimidated to say anything. But like if Lord Ashford said it or something like that, it can't be Maekar. And obviously, they have Dunk ask a second later.
Or I mean, they could have had a similar Maekar line where he was just like, "Are you fucking serious?" Like
I don't. Well, I don't. I think because I think the humor in it is the fact that it's like that's exactly because that was exactly what I thought when I heard him say that. I was like, "You just made that up." Like what the F is a trial by 7? You made that up.
It was just to emphasize that it's like this never happens.
That's where the humor in it lies. Is that that's the exact? They know that's exactly what the audience member who has no idea what's happening is thinking. It just doesn't work with Maekar being the one to say it.
No, it just doesn't.
And then Arian just keeps eating. He just keeps chomping on those nuts.
Yeah. And they say the trial by 7 came over to the 7 kingdoms with the Andals. Basically, with 7 people on each side, the gods are more likely to intervene. Maekar asks if he's cowering because he's afraid to face Dunk alone. And he's like, well, no, my brother has been wronged as well.
Which, yes,
so he deserves the chase. He's terrified to face
Dunk just beat the shit out of him. Which I will say, that is a little... My headcanon is that Maekar is the 4th son. His older brother, Aerys, is more studious of history than him. And the last trial was under the reign of Maegor the Cruel, who is not remembered fondly. Jake, does any of that mean anything to you? Because my Song of Ice and Fire knowledge does not go deeper than the show. I recognize some of those names.
That is very accurate.
It is implied that Baelor,
Baelor is like the best son. Maekar is just like a worse version of him.
And it's implied Baelor cares far more about history. He knows all the knights he jousted. That's how he remembers Sir Arlen.
Yes, and Aerys is the one of them that like he stays in the library and stuff. So you could.
I don't know that it works. I think it was only 100 years ago. It had to have been like 1,000 years ago.
It would work better for me if it was longer ago or if it didn't involve the Targaryens at all. But and again, like him not being remembered fondly, I do like that
It's almost
that
it's
could
not
work,
quite.
but it's also like, they Aegon the well, okay, hold on, whatever. Aegon the
Um,
Conqueror, Aegon the Cruel, whatever. There's also, Aegon the Unworthy. Like, I mean, he just left the throne recently, but like he's remembered very unfondly.
okay,
There's
let
not
me
many people
let me give
less
a
liked than Aegon the Unworthy.
let me give a just a brief like why this doesn't work for me. Now this is gonna be slightly different because this was 50 years ago, and it's a little more public than that. But that'd be like like someone. I mean, maybe like the president of France going, "What the heck is execution by guillotine?" Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I know it's obviously not a one-for-one comparison, but it is like that was the last guillotine execution was 50 years ago.
yeah.
It's like and it's different with the internet, I know, but it's like 100 years is not that
It's not
far.
that
It's
long.
not, and if it was like a big deal, and 13 of 14 people involved died, including
And
like
I
Kingsguard
believe,
and
like, if I'm remembering correctly, it's like all 7 of the Kingsguard died.
yeah, yeah. It's hard to justify that for me. I will say it's kind of insane that it's like possible that like for example, say Dunk was just completely guilty. He could technically it's obvious he could beat the crap out of Arian. maybe
Yeah,
maybe technically not in sword to sword combat because Arian should have way higher level training than Dunk
yeah,
in sword combat. But like he could just go trial by combat and just even if he's like if they got 4K security footage of him breaking the law, if he just wins a little 1v1, he's good.
mhm.
It's just
And
kind of insane. But I know
there
it's
is,
only at night. It's only reserved for nights that's said, but it's kind of just like okay.
yeah, there is more. It'll happen in the next episode, but in Dunk's head, he's like, I suck at jousting, and I'm a decent fighter with a sword because I'm strong and I'm bigger.
Yes, if you
But
block, he's just gonna
but
go through you.
yeah, but there's a point where he's like, he's gonna be more talented than I am.
Yeah.
Because Sir Arlen could only, he wasn't the best fighter.
But
He could only
it's
teach me
almost
so
a
much with a
thing.
blade. But then he's like, but he didn't teach me how to fight. The streets of King's Landing taught me how to beat the
Yeah.
shit out of people. And then,
It's just almost a
yeah,
thing of like, you could like I mean, I guess a great comparison like in the UFC, the highest like the 10th ranked lightweight fighter is better than more technically better than like number 3 in the heavyweight division.
yeah,
But number 3 in the heavyweight division
would
just
like
can
rip
just,
his arms off and
can
murder.
just rip his head off. Like Dunk is just huge, and he already did beat the crap out of him. All right, we
Yeah.
got to keep going.
All right,
There's
we
so
gotta
much
hustle.
content. There's so much
Um,
content in this episode.
Then he goes to crack another nut and it like flies off, and the Lord of Ashford like crawls under the
Well,
table to
I
get
will
it
say
until
first,
the end of the conversation.
and I will say first, Dunk is like, Dunk asked for clarification again. I was never much for praying. Arlen, it's been mentioned, didn't care much for the gods or any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so you get better clarification here.
It's
Dunk
even
is like, it's
more.
1v7. Like I got up to,
Yeah,
which
he's
at
like, I
first
have
I
to
was kind of
fight
like,
7 guys.
at first I was like, all right,
all right, this is
I'm
gonna be
supposed to
tough.
And then he mentions it's 7-on-7, and I was like,
Yeah. So
I know Baratheon. Let's
Yup,
go.
yup.
I felt that the minute he mentioned that, I was like, Lido Baratheon, he's back. Let's go. And he has a
so
great moment later, but
they tell him he has to find 6 knights. He says that's basically impossible, and then Arion says, "If a cause is just, good men will fight for it."
yeah,
And then
obviously
Makar
more.
like pulls him out and starts like chewing his ass.
And it's more example of Aaron does not want to fight Dunk, and he
Yeah.
doesn't want to go to a trial. He just wants because even in a trial, if like Baelor vouches for him or whatever, even Egg vouches for him, it's like it's not gonna work well. Like Dunk isn't going to trial by court because he wants trial by combat. So that's
Mhm.
out of the question because there's gonna be royal family versus random hedge knight. No one's gonna
Yeah.
side with the random hedge knight. He doesn't feel confident in his ability to win.
Let me fix something real quick. You can keep going.
Okay. He
I'm
doesn't
still
feel
talking, I'm
confident
just-
in his ability to win a one-on-one combat with Dunk. So he's like, trial by 7. And he knows Dunk is not going to be able to find 7 people that want to stand up to
there's
the
like
house,
no
to the
chance.
Targaryen house. So he knows this way, he doesn't have to spill any blood, and they can just get it out of the way. It's also a big event. So remember, Aaron's whole thing is he wants to make the stand of like, make an impact. Everyone will remember the dragon, like, because he thinks he's a dragon. they are still not to be messed with. They still run this thing. And this is his way of doing that. And then, yeah, dude, I was laughing my ass off when Makar was just chewing out Arian, smacked him. Just great. Called him an idiot, shoves him out of the way. Just great, great little Makar moment there. It was quite funny. Is your camera doing the zoom in thing?
Yes. It's never done this before. I don't know what to do.
Well, I'm an expert on it. You have to go in. You got to go into your. Do you use virtual cam or is it?
No.
Oh well, I don't know how.
Hold on.
You might have to change your camera source and then rechange
work.
it back, and it should fix.
Little new angle dropped.
I guess if you can't get it, you can just go with the other angle for.
I mean, I can just rep the old MacBook.
It gives me mad zoom.
MacBook camera.
Or it doesn't look that much worse.
It's actually not that bad. Well, so the problem was my charger port on my phone is like cooked and it won't charge and it's about to die.
Yeah, I got me one of those covered ones because I obviously need it for my work, but because it gets dirty in there if I don't have it. All right, let's keep going.
It's just like the actual ports. Right? It's like how Corbin's was. Anyway, they tell Sir Duncan to go seek his champions. And then Dunk leaves. He goes back.
Pouring rain. Just
drenched, pouring rain. He goes back to the horses at the elm tree. Goes back to the horses at the elm tree. He says he's really mucked it up and he thinks he's gonna die tomorrow. And then the homie of all homies, Raymond
the red pill.
Raymond the green apple Fossaway shows up.
I love the nickname Raymond the red pill just because his rant of last time. Raymond the base, dude. Right. He was literally Raymond Fuentes.
He shows up and he just gives Dunk a hug and he's like, I thought you were dead.
Yeah, he's basically like, I don't know how you escaped that. Like,
yeah, he's like, all right, cool, bro, you're alive.
Under anyone not Baylor, Dunk wouldn't have. It's kind of
if Baylor wasn't there, he would be dead.
Yeah, he had to exist in the perfect time for that to happen. And he asked him if he's hungry. This is the second time he's asked Dunk if he's hungry in this show.
And he tells him to come with him and asks if he's talking to his horses. And Dunk's like, yeah. He's like, you're mad.
Yeah, again, Egg was talking to the horses earlier. Just great little more parallels between Dunk and Egg as well, showing why they get along great. We cut in, and dude, I was like, it was Stefan there.
I was like, yo, Stefan is kind of the man.
Was it episode 1 or it was? It would have been.
I think it was episode 1 actually. Yeah.
Before you had read the book and I obviously still hadn't. Where we were like, this is clearly like low because we're still in the mindset of he's gonna be in this tournament.
Yeah,
so
wait.
like,
I thought Stefan.
This is like early final boss. This is like early boss fight, first little proving ground for.
Yeah. I was like, Stefan's gonna be his first or second joust in the tournament. And he's gonna have to fight him there. And then now I'm like, oh shit, my bad, Stefan. You're actually.
Well, yeah, he comes like,
you're
and
the
I'm
man.
Like, and dude, this is another one of those things that just caught me completely off guard when it was revealed later. Because they gave us the background of Raymond just red pill ranting about the Targaryens. So I'm like, obviously his cousin hates him too. So
it's like, yeah, cool. And then at the end he's like, oh well, it's Stefan. That's what Stefan would say. So he's like, oh, so Stefan must really hate the Targaryens, probably even more than Ray does.
I was like, all right, cool, I'm in, dude. We got Stefan. He's a cool character now.
And then
I was pissed when that didn't end up being true.
And then Stefan basically just says like, Arian was wrong to do that. He saw what he did to the puppeteers. A knight's supposed to protect the innocent, all that stuff. And it's like, okay, there might be another true knight like Dunk who's just in better standing.
And not even that. It genuinely could just be he just hates Targaryen. That's what I was like.
Yeah.
I was like,
but just that particular line of like the knights when Stefan said a knight's supposed to protect the innocent.
Good, but the Osway armor didn't need to go so hard. The new armor he gets is it goes insanely.
Bro,
hard.
There was no reason to make Stefan Fossaway's armor that badass.
No armor made of apple.
No, bro.
It goes that hard, dude. It was
it's so literally there's not a character that doesn't have awesome armor.
It's great. I just love the aura farming armor. That it's impractical as hell, and it's just straight aura farming armor.
Bro, even hold on. I'm about to forget his name. I have it pulled up. Where's that? Sir Robin Riesling, how he has the chain link over his missing eye. It's so cool. It's
All right.
so cool.
But then Egg walks into the Fossaway tent.
Oh yeah, Egg walks in.
Still dripped out of his mind, by the way.
Oh, right before that though, Stefan leaves and Raymond tells Dunk that he should run away. Dunk says they'll kill him if he runs, and he says you're dead anyway. So
and obviously, and Stefan, I guess this is also important. Stefan says he'll go recruit people to help Dunk.
Yes, and that's gonna come back later for a really funny line,
bro. And immediately I'm sitting there. Immediately, I'm like, why hasn't he gone to Lionel? You know, I'm a little bit of a Lionel Glazer, so I'm like, why have I not seen Lionel Baratheon yet? You know, this should have been the first stop. This should have been pit stop number 1.
And then right behind Egg is Darren Targaryen, and Dunk immediately draws his dagger, shoves him over a table, and is like, just basically says, "Why shouldn't he kill him?"
Yeah.
And then
in for a penny, in for a pound there for Dunk.
Yeah, it was like I already punched the prince. That's sort of kind of like
dead anyway. I guess I'm going up against this guy in a trial by 7 anyway. So
might as well kill him now.
So it's not like I can get more arrested for for threatening to kill him.
Yeah,
and Darren is just so chill. Like he's just like
so chill. He's like, could you pour me some wine? And Dunk's like, fuck your wine. And then Egg says, please don't hurt him. And then he like immediately lets him go. Egg tells him that Maekar is going to join the accusers, and that he begged him not to. Darren says, this is another way, like the show, this happens in the book as well, but it made Darren more likable as a character, as he just says like, hey, I'll look gallant in the first charge, but give me a ring on the head and I'll take a fall, just not too hard.
Dude, yeah. I love Darren up to this episode.
Darren's so funny. And then they say the King's Guard are gonna fight as well. So we know Maekar, Arian, the 3 King's Guard, and Darren are all gonna fight for the accusers. And then Egg asks who he has, and he's like, I have my buddy Raymond's cousin. That's it.
Yeah, like, and it is a sense of like for Dunk, even if he can somehow figure out to get 7, now he has the benefit of he knows it's 7 versus 6. Also, it's almost like a callback to like, you know, in the tournament, the steward of the games is like asking Dunk to go against Lord Asherson and where he's going to take a fall, and Dunk obviously refused. And now his life's on the line. He just knows this guy's going to take a fall, and he doesn't care because he's not fighting for all. He's fighting for his life. He's not fighting for the honor of trying to win a tournament. So just an interesting little parallel there.
Yeah, that I didn't even think about that. That was a good point. Egg says that he can bring people. And he's like, well, I'm fighting your father, your brother, and your other brother, and then 3 of your King's Guard. And he's like, well, you're not going to kill my dad or Darren because, you're just not going to kill my dad. And then, Darren's going to take the fall. So I'm not worried about that. And he's like,
one of those guys is a crabber, so it's not even that big a deal.
Yeah. Does he know? Yeah. And then he's like, well, what about Aaron? And he's like, you can fucking.
Yeah, and he gives the lore drop of Aaron used to come into his room at night and put his knife between his legs and say he already has too many brothers. Maybe he'll make him a sister so he can marry him, which is just like,
it's like,
there you go.
There's like 5. It's like 5 levels of evil and messed up.
Dude, Raymond laughing because he does not like the Targaryens, and he's called them incestuous aliens.
And he's like, I do it.
Him laughing, and Doug gives him a look of like, "What's wrong with you?" And Raymond just immediately is like locked back in. It's just that.
My fault.
I love that
moment.
And it's even, I love the next even more because like Egg. It's kind of, I don't know if this was intentional, but it almost shows Egg's intelligence of like when he just goes, and he killed my cat, and he threw my cat in the well. Like I get the impression Egg is far more mad about the cat than what Aaron used, like Aaron coming to his room, but he knows everyone else would be far more annoyed about or far more like, wow, that's evil about what Aaron did coming into his room. But
it also shows
to mention that he killed his cat. So
he's a kid, so like the thing that's more mad for him is like he killed my cat. Like he could never he could never really do anything too bad to him because he'd get destroyed by his dad and his uncle and the king, but like he could kill his cat and get away with it, and that's what really pisses him
And
off.
Darren's like, all right, let's move on.
He's like, all right, Egg, he killed your cat.
Yeah, and then
they-
dude, and then we get Egg, or it's another great Darren line of Egg pointing out that Arian thinks that he's a dragon, basically thinks himself a dragon, so he acts like he thinks he's a dragon, and Darren just goes, shame he wasn't born a fossil way, then he'd think he was an apple.
be a
They
lot
talk
less
like
trouble.
they make apple puns. The
It's so funny, dude. That there will be more in the next episode. We're gonna get the best apple pun so far, as long as they keep the specific line, which they should. But yeah, Darren asks to have a private word with Dunk. He tells him again, like he did in the inn, that I dreamed of you. Dunk says you said that at the inn, and he says, my dreams are not like yours, mine come true. An unimpressive talent for an unimpressive man. He says, I've seen you, sir, in the fire, and a dead dragon with wings so large they could cover this meadow, fallen on top of you. You were alive, and the dragon was dead. Dunk asks if he kills it, and Darren says it's hard to say.
Lot to go in there. Obviously, we already mentioned Arian thinks himself a dragon, so is that connecting, Dunk gonna kill Arian, or he's dead around Arian? Also, based on what is known about
the House of Targaryens,
and what we know about the end of what the Summerhole thing, the general consensus belief is Aegon, I guess, at that point, is trying to bring back the dragons. There's a fire, so does he succeed in bringing a dragon back, but or it's dead and he doesn't actually bring it back? Is that far foreshadowing? Interesting stuff there. And he also mentions the line of like, yeah, I'm sorry I lied, but I'm already going to hell. And yeah, he's like wine there.
He's like, I'm sorry, my lie will probably get you killed. I'm sure I'm doomed to some hell without wine.
Yeah, and I do like I find it so interesting. Like Arian obviously would probably murder everyone in front of him to become the king. Egg just wants to be a squire. And then I just like this dynamic of Darren has zero ambition. Like
zero. He just wants to drink.
Hates that he was born with the dreams. He hates any anticipation put on his shoulders. He doesn't want to be in this trial by 7. He wants everything to go as smoothly for himself as possible. Not exactly a heroic quality, but it's just.
But it's also almost, like he's haunted by these dreams his whole life, and his only way to avoid them is to drink.
Egg is behind Arian in the line of succession, and Arian himself is 9th in line for the throne. Arian threatened Egg for no apparent reason other than cruelty, nothing to do with succession. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, just not a good person.
Yeah, because he's ahead of him by a lot. That's why Egg is called Aegon the Unlikely. Yeah, because it's like he's the last person.
We got
to hustle. We got 20 minutes. All right.
We got 20 minutes. We're not even 20 minutes into this episode yet.
Dunk leaves. He has some flashbacks about Tansel. He finds a puppet head, and then he runs into Steely Pate, the blacksmith, who is the absolute goat. Yeah. He says Tansel left the shield with him, and she left for Dorne. And then he shows Dunk the shield. Oh my God. Dunk's sigil is perfect. It's so good.
I'm not a tattoo guy,
Bro.
But I've always been like, if I got tattoos, it'd be like heroes I like. So I'm always like I'd get like the Daredevil logo, the Batman logo, like a Spider-Man thing. And I was sitting there, I'm like, if I ever do decide to go tattoos, dude, and I get a little sleeve, I'm getting that sigil tattoo.
My current idea is I want like a tattoo on my. I want to do my right arm. I want to get a tattoo from every book series I really like and make a sleeve out of that. And that is added. That has officially been added to the list.
I was like, dude, that would go sleeve if I got a tattoo. Like it's gonna be a pain to get, but that would be.
It'd be so awesome. Cool though. It's so cool. Yeah. But Steely Pate says he reinforced the steel rim. It was like old and rusty. He says it's thicker and heavier, but it'll be stronger. And then Dunk is crestfallen. He says he's talking about a sigil. He says the star has fallen and the sunset heralds night. It heralds my death. And then Steely Pate's like, well, look, the tree's alive. It's green. Those are summer leaves. You're good. You're gonna be fine. And then he tells him to remember the old shield rhyme. He says, "Oak and iron guard me well," and Dunk finishes, "Else I'm dead and doomed to hell." This gets repeated a lot over and over in the books. I love that. I love they dropped it.
Um,
I like this rhyme. It's a cool like little thing to chant in your head during a fight.
there's a big there's a Steely Pate line that they didn't include, and it
Yes,
might be in the next episode. But I've seen that.
yes.
Like that's
It's
a big deal.
about
What's the
it's
line again?
so I forget the exact line, but it's basically it's talking about the commoners. Like they walk past commoners and they're like cheering for Dunk. He's like, "Well, why are they cheering for me?" And he's like,
Oh
"Well,
yeah,
you defended the
yeah.
innocent. You're a knight
I
that
feel like
remembered
we.
his vows."
I feel like that's got to be in the next episode.
It really
That's
has to.
too
It's
like
too good
up
of a line. I
for
think
to describe what sets Dunk apart for the next. I feel like it's got to be in the next
I
episode.
think it'll happen right before the trial starts with like Steely Pate probably helping Egg like get Dunk ready
Yeah,
to like start the
yeah,
trial.
yeah.
I think it'll probably
Little
come in
little Theoden suit up scenes.
a
Gonna
little
be
bro.
oh,
But
dude,
and
it's so
also a
intense.
thing that we'll get in a minute, which I can go ahead and talk about now, is like the lords of Ashford and stuff. They don't give a shit about Dunk. He's a lowly hedge knight, and they could really care less about him. But the commoners, like it's the total opposite. Like
And they also hate Aryan.
he's a true
You
knight.
know,
They don't like Arian, but like
we
they
already
don't give
saw
a
that
damn about
riot.
Dunk. Like he doesn't matter to them. And then so Dunk asks Steely Pate how much for the new rim, and he says, "For you, a
One
copper."
copper. Which
He's
dude,
the
just
man.
look
He's
at
the
the
man.
freaking cinematography in this show, dude.
It's
Like a great
oh.
shot here. Dunk
The shot
looking
of
off
him
into
setting
the
up the
night,
trial.
into the night with the framing here of the just with
It's
fire burning. It's
so
just so
good.
it's just a great shot here. I just noticed that right now when I was skimming through the episode on the side here. Just so much good cinematography in this show. But yeah, all right.
And then so Dunk goes to meet up with Ray, and he kind of sees the crew that's been assembled. It's gonna be Sir Humphrey Harding, who has a broken leg and can't walk, but he can ride, essentially.
And he's got Aaron's old horse.
Yeah, and he's got Arian's old horse. Sir Humphrey Beesbury, Sir Robin Reisling, Sir Lionel Baratheon, and then that's all we see for now.
Where else is Beesbury? Where else did he come up with?
I mean, he was one of the knights in the
Is he in the early joust?
Yes.
He wasn't. He wasn't the one who did the freaking horse flip, or the little horse remount. Was it? Was that Harding or was that Beesbury? It's one of those two.
That was a. I want to say it was a high tower or a.
Either way,
it was a Tyrell. It was a Tyrell.
Okay, okay. If it was one of those two, Dunk's got me feeling confident though. Now is all I'm saying.
Yeah. But so he in the book he fought Harding in like the pre-joust, and they had a really good
Yeah,
really
I would
good
say
bout
so. The
before.
Makar complaint was a big one. This would be my main one. I would have preferred to have a scene with each of these characters, almost of them
I
getting
agree.
to bring, similar to what we have with Stefan, but obviously more earnestly. Especially with I think it would have helped with, I think Humphrey Harding. It could have been quick. Obviously, yeah, I'll fight the dude. He freaking killed my horse and he broke my leg.
Mhm.
And like Robert Reisling, we get one line from him, and it's a great line. But I think that could have been an interesting thing. And also, even if it was Egg doing it, I would have loved to see Egg go where's the psycho one-eyed guy who threatened me, who said I should be stealing in a field earlier?
Mhm.
Obviously I want more Lionel scenes. But I'm a Lionel Glazer, so what can I say?
It's not ridiculous.
Yeah, but yeah, that would be my main complaint. I think with this episode, outside of the Makar just not knowing what a trial by seven. It's I think there's a little more you could have done with that, but
Yeah, I agree. So Robin Reisling basically says, he's loyal to the crown. He serves them unless they're against the gods, in which case, that's why he's serving Dunk, because Dunk
Harding and
just
Beesbury
upheld his
tilt
vows.
against each other in episode 3 and both fall off their horse. They are brother-in-law in the book, which is why Beesbury fights with Dunk. Interesting.
Yes. And then Lionel walks up and just says, "I knew you'd be trouble." Dunk says, he says something about Sir Stefan getting them all, and Lionel just goes, "Who the fuck is Sir Chevron?"
Dude, I love
Doesn't even say the name right.
So
He's so good. He's phenomenal.
I fully understand. He's way too small, and
He's way
I know
too small.
You were
but like,
coping. You
bro,
were
he's
coping last
so
episode.
good.
You're like, when he gets the armor, he's gonna look bigger. He
He
does not look
doesn't.
bigger.
He looks just as small. But dude, honestly,
He's so good, dude.
he's so
Daniel Ings is
good.
so good. He's
He's
my
so-
favorite character. I
Dude,
love Dunk, but he is my favorite character.
we'll
in
get
the
this
show.
in a
It's not
minute.
even
His
close.
speech is oh my god.
It's your Chevron.
It's
such
so
it's such a
funny.
good line.
Yeah, but basically Dunk went and got all of them, or sorry, no, Egg went and recruited all the knights the last night. Lionel says he wasn't gonna miss a chance
Also,
to bloody
Egg
up the
is swinging
King's
a
Guard.
Egg is swinging a battle axe in the background. Like,
Mhm.
so, yeah.
Then,
Missed chance to bloody up things are, which real quick I will say, interesting given where their stories go. Dunk, maybe
Yep,
he might,
yep,
and
yeah.
they have a fight. I mean, I guess this is technically spoilers, but I found out about it through an image that looked cool.
Yeah,
Of that
it's
there's a little
the
fight
art for
between-
it's so cool.
There's a little fight between Lionel and Dunk when they're
once Dunk becomes part of the King's Guard.
yeah. I'm gonna pull this image up because it's just a great image. It's a great painting. I gotta find it. One second. Here it is.
It's really cool.
Here, let me show this. Yeah, just like there we go. Just a great painting here. Lionel versus Dunk.
So
Dunk in that
cool.
King's Guard armor.
That's the best King's Guard armor I've ever seen. It's
Here's the deal. I will say, like, if they manage to just not screw this show up, unlikely. But if they manage to not, like, this is going to be a great moment when that happens.
that
almost
won't
part of
be
me
that won't be in
selfishly-
any of the first 3 seasons.
No, but I'm saying,
But yeah,
obviously
if they could
they're
keep-
obviously going to go past the first 3 seasons.
Yeah, if they can keep it going for a while, that'll be insane.
And then at the same time, selfishly, I'm like, I love Lionel so much. I can't watch him fight Dunk. I hope they screw it up horribly in that season 4, but I don't want him to because it would be such a good character.
it would
Such a
be.
good character moment, especially since he was there since the beginning. But
Yeah,
that's just an awesome image there, and I'd seen that. So
yeah,
also just
but-
very interesting. Wouldn't want to miss a chance. He doesn't like the King's Guard. Dunk eventually will become.
And it's also just like, Lionel just likes to fight. He enjoy that. That's why he's called the Laughing Storm. So it's like he's never gonna get a chance in a tilt to go up against the Knights of the King's Guard. Like he gets to fight other knights. Even maybe he could go up against some Targaryen stuff like that. But he would never. He would never get a chance to fight the King's Guard unless there was like war or something. Which
And based off my impression here, the Baratheons, they love a good chance to do a little fighting against the
They love to
Targaryens.
they love to
rebel.
fight. They love to drink, and they love to bang. That's what they
Yeah,
like.
and they
to do.
love some rebellion.
They
you know?
love a good rebellion. Then
yeah,
Lionel
just-
says, there hasn't been a Trial of 7 in over 100 years. I'm not going to miss that either.
Also, just him being a bit of an egomaniac, a little hunt for glory, wants to
Mhm.
be a part of this because it's a big deal.
Yeah, this is going to be remembered for a
yeah.
long time. Then Aryan
similar,
arrives.
similar motivation to why Aryan, wanted to do a trial by 7 instead of
Yeah,
a
yeah.
basic, but-
Then Aryan arrives, and he only has 6 men, the 3 King's Guard, himself, Maekar, and Darren. And then Stefan arrives and asks Ray for his helmet.
He's
And
tripped out in
then-
some brand new armor.
He's dripped out in some suspiciously clean-looking armor. And then he says he's going to fight for the accusers. And basically,
Well, yeah, he
Aryan-
goes. We need one more. Do you know anybody? He's like, oh, well, you need 2 more.
Yeah, he's like, oh, actually, you need 2 because I'm fighting for them now.
Like I just imagine how because he obviously didn't get anyone. It was like part of what he was trying to do was not recruit anybody.
Yeah.
And it's like this idea of like how shocked he must have been to just like
That there would
walk
be
in, like-
anyone there. Yeah, he would
yeah,
assume
even
it's like,
someone like Lionel Baratheon, who's like he's a big deal, and he's like, what the? Okay, whatever.
he's like,
either way, he's not
he's
gonna
like,
have
I
it.
assumed he'd be fighting literally by himself, but he has 5.
And not
This
even
is-
fighting in that sense. Like this is
Yeah.
an easy lordship for me. He dies. Who cares?
Yeah,
Just bro, like it's Apple. Why is it?
That's ridiculous. It's so clean. The pattern on it too. It's amazing. The armor's so
Yeah.
good.
all right. Yeah, so-
He tells Ray to fetch him his horse, and then Ray pushes him and tells him to get it himself. And then, bro, Ray's awesome. He walks
And
up
again,
to Dunk.
it's another he's selling out basically his dignity for a lordship. Like
Yeah. Right at like literally the day before, after saying like he's another true knight, basically, and then he does
Yeah.
that. But Ray kneels before Dunk and says, knight me, I'll take my cousin's place. And Dunk is like, oh, I shouldn't. And Lionel's like, well, any knight can make a knight. And
what's your read on this? Do you think he? I think
what
this again comes
what
back
I
to almost like
love about
was
this
he actually
scene,
knighted?
what I love about the scene is that it makes you wonder whether he was knighted or not.
Kind of rebrings
And
back some of that ambiguity.
it's really ambiguous, which I hope they keep it that way. But it also shows like, was he knighted at all? One, and if he was, it might not have even been like the official how you're supposed to be knighted. It was probably, if he was actually knighted, it was most likely Sir Arlen being like, yeah, you're a knight.
Well, that I think that's my read on it because that scene where he shrugs later is it's almost like, is this like his is that what happened when Dunk was not? Dunk was kneeling in front of him and he's like, "You're a knight."
He's like, you're a knight.
Whatever. Or did he use his his long sword?
His other long sword.
That's why Dunk doesn't want to be knighted right now because he doesn't.
He's like Ray, not in front of people.
He's like, I can't just whip it out in front of all these people. Right? that's not. I can't knight in public.
Dude, no, it's cold.
Very interesting little thing there. And
but
Dunk, Lionel almost sees this and he's kind of like almost feels bad for him.
And then like the horn calls Dunk away to go like kind of start, but kind of basically just like say who he has. And then Lionel's just like, oh, you go, you need to take care of that. I'll knight him. And bro, he had only really done the sort of like flamboyant, silly Baratheon so far.
Her arm all the way up your anus.
Yeah, like he had only done like the party Baratheon.
That's about the extent we have so far.
Yeah, but this the way he delivers the lines knighting Raymond.
I don't think he was ever knighted. I think that knowing he felt guilty about knighting Raymond, I think that's a perfectly reasonable understanding of it.
I think that's one interpretation. Mine that I kind of lean to. I really think it could be either, but what I sort of lean to is if he was knighted, that he also wouldn't want to knight Raymond for the sake of Raymond, because even if he was knighted by Sir Arlen, nobody knows who Sir Arlen was, and most of them don't even believe that he was a knight or that he knighted Dunk. So he doesn't want Raymond to be knighted by some lowly hedge knight. He would rather if being knighted by the Laughing Storm is a lot better than Sir Duncan the Tall.
Well, I just got involved. I'm watching the scene over here. I just got involuntary goosebumps when Raymond looks up at the camera and then it cuts to his point of view and Lionel is
it's the way it's shot.
So good.
It's so good.
And
the way he delivers the lines.
To the middle with the voiceover, dude.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
So he rides over. He talks to the guy and he's like, well, we'll just fight with 6. He's knighting Raymond right now, and they're like, well, you need 5 or you're guilty.
I do want to say this. So again, I think almost going towards why I feel like maybe he was knighted, or when he was being knighted, Arlen had no clue he was doing it, just kind of shrugged at him. It's almost a parallel shot. So it shows Dunk, shows him raising his head and looking up, just like Raymond does.
Is.
And then it cuts, instead of to Lionel knighting, it cuts to Arlen shrugging at him.
Yeah.
With just a great look on his face. And that can be interpreted about 40 different ways. Is he shrugging because he doesn't know the words? Is this Dunk remembering that? Is he shrugging because he's like, I don't know how you ended up in this situation. I didn't even knight you in the first place. Is he shrugging because he's like, I knighted you. Why are you here?
Yeah. There's a lot of ways.
I don't know what I'm doing. I would never want to joust. I don't know what you're doing here. I don't know what you're planning. There's so many ways you can interpret it. It's so good. That's what good ambiguous thing is there. But.
Yeah. And then Dunk.
Do you have the speech transcribed?
I have most of it. I have some of it verbatim and some of it just
Can you
general.
read it?
I'll get it more parts. Yeah. Dunk begs for a moment, and then he rides over to give a speech about Sir Arlen to all the assembled lords.
I mean that speech too. I meant do you have Lionel's?
Oh no, I do not. It's in the name of the warrior, I charge you to be brave. In the name of the Father, name of the Father, I charge you to be just. In the name of the Mother, I judge you to protect women and the innocent. His delivery of the lines, I got chills listening to it. It was
big. I'm a big Lionel guy, bro. I've been saying.
Lionel's the man. But so Dunk gives the speech to the people. He talked about Sir Arlen. He said he was a good man. He taught me how to be a knight, not just sword and lance, but honor. A knight defends the innocent. That's all I did. I wasn't even Sir Arlen's blood, but I have followed his example, as your sons will follow yours. He says, who will stand and fight with me? And then it's either a Bracken or a Blackwood. I'm not sure
Dude,
which
I
one. But
love
one of
this.
them,
Dude,
one
this
of them
another thing
stands.
completely caught me off guard again.
Yeah. One of
The
them
Brood of,
stands
I think they said
in
the
the
Brood of
crowd.
Bracken.
Yeah, I think it was the Brood of Bracken. But
Let me listen quick.
What?
I think they say the Brood of Bracken.
I
So
think so.
dude, I was like, who? I was like, is it gonna be like Bale? I was kind of already on like, it's probably gonna be someone we know. And then this guy stands up and he looks all big. And I was like, oh my, yo, wait, who is this guy? Everyone, like the
And
crowd's
the
murmuring.
music
And I'm
starts to swell.
dude, I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. I'm down. Let's see what happens here. It's similar to almost the first episode where the music is swelling and then it cuts to the explosive
But
diarrhea.
this time we're actually like,
And
we're
he's
gonna get a
also
big payoff
dripped
in
out
a
of his
minute.
mind. He's got a freaking cape draped over his shoulder.
He's
as
got
he
the
stands
fur
up.
on.
I was like, at first I was like, because my mind's so coded to everything's cringe. So I'm like, is everyone gonna stand? And the whole crowd standing with Dunk. And
Yeah,
then I was
but
like,
those are all the lords, not the commoners.
Yeah,
Mostly,
yeah.
mostly at least.
and then he farts. And I was
and then
like,
he farts.
wow.
And then they all laugh at him, and Dunk says, "Has courage deserted the noble houses of Westeros? I will not believe it is so. Are there no true knights among you?"
They cut to the extremely attractive prostitute.
They cut to the very attractive prostitute.
Way too attractive prostitute.
I mean, she would just be a very rich prostitute.
She's too attractive to be a prostitute. Especially just at some town, like even though I know she came with a lord of like just in some town. Yeah, sure, bro.
Yeah, but then he says, "Are there no true knights among you?" And right as he says that, the doors slam open and a black-clad Targaryen knight rides out. It looks like Baelor's son, the favorite of the tournament, and then he removes his helmet, and it's Baelor Breakspear, baby. He says, "I will take Sir Duncan's side."
Which, as he enters, the Game of Thrones main title theme starts playing. And I will just say, I haven't seen Game of Thrones, and this song's been stuck in my head the entire week. Like that's how hyped it. Like that's how you know you got a good little intro song in front of you. There, it's like I hear it once, and I know it's a significant thing happening. Just a great. Again, I was already kind of like it's gonna be Baelor, right? Because I was like, there's got to be some twist here. You know, something epic's got to happen. So like, it's probably Baelor. And then I saw the armor. I was like, oh, is it his son? And yeah, I will take Sir Duncan's side.
And then
Make
Maekar rides up next to him. Dude, both of their armor, so badass. So badass.
And Arian's armor.
And Arian's armor.
That just looks like a dragon.
Yeah. Maekar rides up. He's like, "Have you taken leave of your senses? This man attacked my son."
Again, they cut to the extremely attractive prostitute.
It's extremely attractive. And then Baelor says, "This man protected the innocent, as all true knights must. Let the gods decide if he was right or wrong."
It's kind of interesting. He looks almost... He's very annoyed about it. Like, it's like...
Yes.
He seems like this and that goes to kind of... I feel like what I was saying earlier of, like, he came to try to establish goodwill with just the base people. Arian has ruined that. He's like, there's no reason this should be happening. He knows that everyone died the last time that there was a trial of 7. And maybe he's also thinking, like, if I'm on this side, maybe everyone won't die. Just like, maybe some people can not die.
And then also, what we're going to see in the next episode is, like, you know, we've heard Baelor can fight. You're going to see how strategic and, like, how smart Baelor actually is in the next episode with their strategy. And, like, you got to think, they're going up against Kingsguard. They can't hurt their prince. Like, that's going to factor in. And then there's going to be some other things that they choose to do that Baelor makes them do. That's really smart. And it's very cool.
Okay, and I know you can't say anything because you've read it. I still don't really know. I'm just sitting here like, I know Egg comes to the throne at some point. A lot of people got to die for that to happen. And I'm just, I'm kind of sitting here. It's like, Arian, I mean, he's fiending to kill anybody in front of him in the line to the throne. Maekar, he's jealous of his brother. There could be a moment where he kills Baelor. Like, there's so many. I'm sitting here like a lot of people got to die for Egg to become king. That I know he eventually does.
Mm-hmm.
So is this someone like they got to start? Someone's got to start dying here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this you got to think. Last time, 13 out of 14 people died, and this
Yeah.
is this is
No, and I
this
will
is
say we
this
know
is
it's
a
not gonna be
lot.
quite so catastrophic.
This is a lot of high level nights.
Yeah.
Like Sir Duncan is pretty much the lowliest, other than Raymond because he just now became a knight. But Dunk is like the quote unquote the worst knight here, and he's
Yeah.
not too shabby
Yeah.
in terms of fighting. He's a horrible jouster, but
I'm gonna pull up some still images here. There's some still images from episode 5 that have been put out, and they just been I saved them all just so we could look through them a bit. But got Baylor
so
here.
badass.
Stefan got Egg, Lionel just smirking. I think
Mhm.
you're finally gonna get some good laughing moment. We got a picture here, Dunk with his helmet on.
I'm glad they got the helmet right.
Yeah, I mean the whole armor looks right.
It looks
Basically,
good. It looks
basically
good.
Makar here.
Makar. I can't wait to see
Bro.
Makar. I can't wait to see Makar's helmet.
Arian,
Yeah, that's insane.
But
That's
like,
insane.
what are we doing here, bro?
Hey, and that's
So it looks
at
like
least
we're gonna get
for Dunk. The main like fight is Arian. So we're gonna see.
Looks like
him
we're
a
gonna
lot.
get some heavy flashbacks here to Dunk's younger childhood. More Makar here.
And I know exactly
Bro,
when we're gonna get those flashbacks because
Just look at this, dude.
it's badass. It's just badass.
This kid looks a lot like Peter Claffey.
Yeah, he looks.
It's very good. This
Looks
is
a
great
lot
casting.
like him. That's really good cast. But so we're gonna get from Dunk his thoughts during the fight. I think they're gonna do a really good job showing you with flashbacks what he's thinking during the fight. Because he's literally like, I suck at jousting. I need to I need to physically I need to be able to get him. I need to get closer because I'm bad at jousting and he's a prince. He knows how to joust well.
Yeah.
So Dunk's whole mindset is like, I'm good in a fight. I'm bad in a joust, so I need to make this a fight.
Well, I would love to sit here and speculate, but I don't have time.
Yep, I know.
So, and I know you can't even speculate anyway.
Yeah.
Before we do go, there was a clip that I just thought was great, and it does a very good job of summarizing what's so great about the show. And I'm really maybe I shouldn't show this. I might get copyright claim because there's footage that plays. Hold on, let me. Yeah, I probably can't actually show this. I'd have to crop it up a bit. Maybe I'll show it next week.
Yeah,
it's just him talking. It's him talking essentially about why this show is so good. It's just because we don't have heroic stories anymore. They just don't exist.
Yeah.
But I don't understand cinematic genius of Wonder Man, so maybe I'm.
I mean, you're just not on the same level, but it's okay.
Yeah. Dude, I love this show. It's great.
So
I'm so pissed because now I'm gonna want to watch Game of Thrones, and I've been trying to avoid that.
Yeah.
But dude, oh my god, when that music played, I was like, shit.
It's the music.
I will take
is
Stuck
good.
Inside. Dun, 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 dun. I was like,
Before we end, shout out Bobcat Driver 6930 for being a chat participant today.
69.
You're our first, not our first, but you're one of our first non.
We had one chatter
life friend.
in episode 1.
Yeah, we had one chatter, but it's mostly
And I
just
don't-
like Corbin popping in. So appreciate it, Bobcat. Hopefully we'll see you
you
again
brought
next
way
week.
more ball knowledge than Corbin.
It was so much. Corbin would have been like, Dunk's tall.
Remember when that guy had a big dick?
Remember when Arlen had a big dick?
All right.
Yes, I do remember.
Yes, everyone.
I promise I remember. I will
we
not
all-
forget that.
We all remember that. But
We all
yeah,
know.
shout out Bobcat. Welcome to the chat. It was fun.
Welcome.
Great to have someone with clearly more ball knowledge than us here. Jake knows a little bit. I know literally. This is my first exposure to anything A Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones, other than I know George is a fat, lazy piece of trash. And yeah, so I love this show. I can't
It's
believe
so
there's only
good.
been 4 episodes, and I can't believe we only have 2 left.
I
At
can't
least we
recommend
get
it enough.
yearly. At least we
Yeah.
get it yearly, which they were proud about. But it's like, dude, this is 6 episodes. This should be out.
It's like a movie. Like
this should be out every 6 months.
this is 3 hours. It shouldn't.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you for watching, and we will see you
I was
next
just
week.
doing the outro himself.
Oh, sorry. Fine, go ahead.
No.
We'll see you next week on Wednesday to talk about episode 5 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Let's go.
Should be one of the best episodes of television we've gotten in quite some time, but I'm pumped. We'll see you next week, and thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.